My name's Sam and I've come to visit you. Is there anybody there? Don't be afraid to come and talk to me.
The most important thing about paranormal research is actually getting out there and doing it. We can sit all day in our rooms, in our studies, going through books, but if we're not actually going out and testing these theories ourselves, then these things are just words on paper at the end of the day. And if you don't seek, you do not find, and that's my way of feeling about it.
Can you make a noise? Bang on a wall. Make a tapping sound. Let me know you're here.
The most interesting thing about being in this group so far for me is going back and investigating the Punui house at Haunted Historical Village. It's a special kind of building for me because I grew up visiting the place through school and never really thought of it as being haunted when I first turned up at a young age. I recognised it as being a historical building, but coming back with the group and investigating by myself, being in there and feeling like the whole building sort of, in a sense, came alive at night while I was there by myself, knowing that any noise that I heard during that time, if it wasn't me, then it was a noise to be questioned in my books. So coming back and feeling like a building that I grew up with has to be one of the most interesting buildings in a paranormal sense, that was really special for me. I think the most important tool would have to be a camera that records, because while things do happen around us, as long as we've got it captured, we can go back and have a look at that footage and we can either say, hey, this is really interesting, or we can have a better chance at debunking it. And usually if something happens off camera, it's a lot harder to prove to anyone else that, hey, this is worth looking at. I would say give it a go. Definitely do your research, and there's no right or wrong answers when it comes to paranormal investigating. There are areas that you might want to steer clear of and areas that you might want to lean towards, but we're all doing it for the same reasons, and we want to find answers to what these things might be. personal qualities, I think you have to be patient. It's very important to understand that a lot of the time when you're investigating buildings, it's a lot of sitting down in the dark and being quiet, asking questions if you're doing EVP sessions that are respectful, and not taking it too far, being too silly with the situation, not jumping to conclusions. Not jumping to conclusions is important, because of course not everything is paranormal, not everything is a ghost, and we've got to look at things logically, and a lot of things can be explained, but it's good when you can find a situation where you think, hey, I can't explain this.
Do you mind?
It's important to not jump to conclusions. It's important that you have to be respectful for the building that you're in. Any history that's happened in the building you have to be respectful of the spirits. It's not nice to taunt and provoke, and you have to just be mature about these things and be open, be yourself, and have fun.